This July, some changes were made to alimony statute in the state of Florida, and we decided to invite an expert who can explain the new legislation and its impact on current cases. So let's welcome Matthew Hunt, board-certified family law attorney and partner at Phillips, Hunt, Walker & Hanna. Good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us what the changes are and why they're important.
Sure. So there's been a lot of changes. They reworked the entire statute.
Oh, wow.
So they started with removing of permanent alimony.
Okay.
Which was a large change. Permanent alimony has been in Florida for years, and although it's been lobbied to be removed from the statute for years, and it's almost made its way, it's been vetoed previously. So now there is no permanent alimony. So alimony till death or remarriage, permanent alimony is now gone.
Okay, you answered my question. I was going to say, what do you mean by permanent?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. They've also changed and put in the durations of the marriage, so they're defined. 0 to 10 is short term, 10 to 20 is moderate, 20 and above is long term.
Okay.
Those are changes. It used to be the durations were defined differently. They also put maxes in regards to how long certain types of alimony can be. They put a max on how much it can be, as far as like 35% of the net difference in income.
Okay.
They put in parameters of what the types of alimony will do. They defined the fact of what a supportive or cohabitating relationship is that could thwart a court from awarding.
Right,
so if you were living with somebody else previously, you had to look in the different districts to say, well, is that a supportive relationship? Does that stop alimony? Now it's in the statute. And they also said the courts can consider adultery and the financial impact, and that could be used for alimony. So there was a lot of changes, and that's just hitting the high notes.
Okay, so could previous cases with permanent alimony modify based on the new law without meeting the modification requirements?
So they can't say, well, there's a new law.
Right.
And permanent alimony is gone, so I want to go back and get rid of my permanent alimony.
You're kind of grandfathered in, right?
You are. Now, you can, if there are other substantial changes that have occurred, maybe substantial changes in employment or other circumstances, you could still ask to modify your prior award. And some of the statute, if you meet the requirements, it would be applicable. But you can't just say, there's a new law, I want this new law, let's change into this one. You can't opt in. There's no retroactivity clause in it.
And is this mostly benefiting the person who would be paying out? The alimoner? No, I don't know.
Yeah, I think primarily there is a lot of benefits to them. The determination of parental alimony, the changing of the duration, the capping of the amount. There are a lot of benefits to the payor.
Right.
But I think there's benefits to both.
Oh, okay.
The ambiguity in the statute previously resulted in a lot of litigation. And I think some of the specificity that's in there now, some of the definitions and some of the clarifications, I think it'll allow parties to have a better understanding of what may happen if they go to court and help them to reach an amicable agreement without going to court.
Which I think most people would prefer, right? So are you seeing any issues with this, though, right now?
I think the primary issues I'm seeing right now is it's a new law.
Right.
There's no appellate court decisions defining, and people don't quite know how the courts are going to handle this new statute.
I see.
So I think there's a little bit of wanting to know how the judiciary is going to interpret what the legislation has done. But other than that, I think it's allowing people to get closer to an agreement without the need to go to court, because the statute does provide a lot of specificity.
Okay, well, if you need some help, he obviously is the expert on this. So if somebody does want some information, maybe they do want your help, what is the best way that they could go about reaching you?
Sure, they can call our phone number, which we've made very easy for them, right? 904-444-4444.
Nice.
Or they can reach us at floridajustice.com. I'm happy to sit down and talk to them. I provide free consultations, and and with this new statute and all the changes, you need somebody who understands the law to really walk you through it, because there's a lot of stuff to know.
Yeah, and when it has to do with people's money, they can get very passionate and emotional, I'm sure. So thank you so much for helping us out with that today.
Thanks for having me.
And if you'd like to see this interview again, just head to our website, firstcoastliving.net.